What's going on, Been a couple of days since I last made a video. I figured I'd go ahead and make this one. This would be kind of a personal document of a lot of thoughts that I have, so that I can sort them out a little more easily. Helps to write them down or speak them. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I don't even know if you'll even watch this whole video. It's your choice. But you may have heard before that life is not fair. It's not. Biggest piece of life advice I can give you: no one cares about you. They don't. Anybody who says they do, they're lying through their teeth. They don't. They're more concerned about themselves. They don't care about you. A lot of times your parents, once you get to a certain age, they try to push you out. Some way, shape, or form. Maybe they're not trying to get you to move out. They want you to go get a job. They want you to go get married. They want you to do this or that. They want you to get a car so that you can stay away from them. Maybe you got friends. Friends can be toxic. How? You think you can trust them, but wait till you really need them, or you really just need them by your side. They're not there. They're not. And they won't be there, because they don't care. Even if you might be the one who will be there for them, they won't be there for you, because life's not fair. It really, really sucks. It really does. But it's the way it is. If you want something in your life, you have to be the one to go get it. No one else is going to get it for you, because they don't care. They don't care if you succeed. In fact, a lot of them don't want you to, because maybe you're the one speaking the truth. And if you win, it means they lose. And they don't want to lose. They're too insecure to lose to someone like you, who they know has it up here way more than they do. This life has been out to get me, to put me down from day one. From day one. The first thing that this life did to me, this divine intervention, first thing it did to me, it gave me a brain disorder. I don't remember what age. It was before I was 5. Probably less than 4 years old. The brain disorder is called Asperger's syndrome. It's a high-functioning autism spectrum disorder. Right? So I'm on the autism spectrum. Right? And they use the word disorder. They use that word disorder to say that you're abnormal, that you're not right. It's not normal. It's not what everybody expects, not what everybody wants. They say that because I don't fit into their box, into the masses' little box of normal. And it's impossible for me to. I don't even want to. Even if I did, I have no idea how. I've never done it. How the heck I'm supposed to be normal when nothing in my brain is normal? It's cruel. People want me to act normal. I can't. I literally cannot. And I really can't even develop that either. This is a lifetime sentence that I will always be different from others. And because I'm different, I don't fit in the box, I'll be outcasted. Part of the big cruel joke that this divine intervention has been playing on me. What's really cruel about it? Asperger's syndrome allows me to be very, very skilled, very talented, naturally, with my mindset, with processing information, with intellectual ability. And it allowed me to gain confidence because of that. Oh, I can do all sorts of things. It's been laughing the whole time. Because it knows it's never going to give me the opportunity to use it. Never. Because it knows I can really turn things around. Really make things better for everybody. But divine intervention in this country, in this world, they don't want things better for everybody. They want things better for the people in power. Everybody else to heck with them. Especially to heck with people like me. I can't be the only one out there. In fact, I know I'm not. But I'm speaking for myself because that's what I know. People like me who can really make a difference, can really help people, can really learn some things and use it to make a better world. Not being given opportunities. How do I know that? Why is it? If I'm so smart, so intellectual, so able to use my mind, why is it that after high school, my college scholarship was tuition and fees to a 2-year community college? Why? It doesn't make sense. If I'm that smart, why is that all I get? At the same freaking time, why are there people I know personally who are idiots and morons? Some of them don't even know how to read. Some of them don't know how to walk and chew gum at the same time, or hold their tongue in their mouth while they're walking. And some of them can do those things. But still, you listen to them talk, and they sound stupid every time they open their mouth, but they're too dumb to even know it. Some of the most dangerous people in the world are the people who are dumb as a box of rocks and don't know it. The ones that know they're dumb, at least they know it. There's some that don't know it. And they're toxic, because they'll tear you down, and they have no idea what they're even saying. So why are these idiots and morons? Why are they being given every penny paid to go to a prestigious 4-year university just because they can throw a ball around or run around, jump around, play some kind of sport, which doesn't even matter at the end of the day? What sports do? Oh, it gives people an escape from reality. If your reality is so bad that you have to escape from it, how about you change your reality? Do something to change it, so you don't have to rely on these cocksuckers who don't care about you. Run around, get paid way too much, whereas a lot of our veterans in this country are homeless on the side of the road. And these athletes, if they were to pass by them on the side of the road, they wouldn't give a dang about them. Not one. You may think, oh, well, different teams have foundations and stuff like that. Owner tells them to do that stuff. They wouldn't do it on their own. It's the vast majority. I know it's not all of them. But it's the majority. That's the problem. You can give me examples or exceptions. Yeah, you can give me exceptions to all these rules all day long. Doesn't make it the rule. I'm telling you what the rule is. There are exceptions to every rule. But I'm telling you the rules, what they are. And people who don't know, they're the ones running their mouths. There's two kinds of people in this world. Those who have something to say but don't have the means to say it. And people who have nothing to say but can't shut up about it. And people who don't have anything to say but are saying it anyway. Those kinds of people. Those are the two kinds of people in this world. Divine intervention is what gave me autism. And growing up real young, you can't really tell. It's not that much of a difference. At least what I can remember. I was real young. There's developmental stuff that I had to go through to be able to start kindergarten on time, and I did. At least that's what I heard. I don't remember it. Not entirely, at least. But then again, around 7th grade, it really starts kicking in. All the social activities. And this is when that divine intervention pulled out the popcorn. Because he knew it was about to get funny for him. But it was about to be hell on earth for me. Big social events, I'm standing there in the corner. Because I'm too anxious to go up and talk to people. And sometimes that'd be for hours at a time. At school on Fridays, they'd have us outside for an hour to 2 hours at a time. We can just do whatever we want to. I'm not close to anybody. The people who I thought I was close to, again, they don't care. They don't care. The people I thought were my friends, they're not really. They care about the ones who were like them. And that's it. Agony. Being in a corner hoping nobody comes up to me because I don't know what the heck to say. I don't know what to do. Divine intervention just looking at me. Can't stop hollering, laughing. At my pain, at my agony. Still was making the grades. But you're not recognized for that. They don't care about that, remember? They don't care. They don't want you to be smart. They don't want you to be able to think critically. Because then you're able to see what the government and the people in charge are doing. So they'll shut you down for it. That's why they call autism a genetic disorder. It's not just a difference. They don't want me to think of it as an asset. I do, though. I know that me having autism is a good thing. It's not a negative. I embrace it. I wouldn't change it about myself. That divine intervention will not beat me in that. Divine intervention, it may very well win in the end. It might. Oh well. It may beat me with social activities. It may beat me physically. It may beat me emotionally, verbally. Not even in my life. It's not going to beat me through the autism. That's one avenue. It can't win. But even, it keeps on trying. I don't even know if it knows it or not. That's a losing path. But they keep pushing through it anyway. But then just as hard as they're pushing there, they're pushing through the other avenues too. How do they have the strength to do it? I have no idea. Oh, but it's tough. Guy like me. Able to pass honors classes. I had an honors endorsement on my high school diploma. I have an advanced high school diploma. I have all sorts of people who see me and they know that I have it up here. They know that I know stuff. A lot of them know what I know. They don't know it in the same way. They may memorize it, but I know it. And yet, my best friend in the whole world, love him to death. I do. And for a while, he was somebody who, without me even knowing at the time, was helping me battle that divine intervention. Around 8th grade, I joined the school baseball team, and he befriended me. He was one of the guys to really help me break out of my bubble. The divine intervention was losing for the first time in a long time. Because I am. And I still keep him around. Unfortunately, I think maybe he's now on the side of the divine intervention. He's one of those athletes who doesn't have to pay a dime for college, even though he doesn't have what I have up here. Doesn't even want it. He tries to convince himself he does. He doesn't. I don't even know if I should say all this. Because what if they see it? My sister. She's not like me. She's not naturally very intellectual. That's fine, that's how she is. She's always been the more social one. So that's been good for her. She's with a really good man. And we're thinking it ain't gonna be too much longer before they get engaged. And that'll be good for them. No, I think they'll be happy. It's not me being jealous, though, but it's how come they're going so far along? And I'm stuck here. I'm not talking about the relationship. I don't care about a relationship. I don't want a boyfriend or a girlfriend or anything. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about they're close to moving on. What am I doing? I'm umpiring baseball games. I'm learning. But again, there's nothing for me to do with my knowledge. I'm not being given the opportunity. It's part of the joke. It's part of the joke. And people support it. Support the joke. The divine intervention is in. People who pay to go watch scholastic sporting events, high school, college, sports events. People who take the time and broadcast that stuff. People who take the time and watch it and buy concessions there and allow their kids to be involved in that. They're not doing anybody any favors. They're allowing them to go down a path of dependency. They're not growing up. They're expecting everything to be handed to them. Because everything is being handed to them. In high school, they're being handed the grade so they can pass. In college, they're being handed the grade so they can pass. And they're being handed all the money. You don't have to pay for anything. And also, here's some money under the table. Go gamble it away. Or go to a strip club. Or go buy some Cokes. Or some Coke. The NCAA is evil. It's evil. The NCAA is way more of a threat to this country than Joe Biden ever will be. Joe Biden will be president for between 4 and 8 years. Depends on how many terms he wins. He's got one right now. I live in Alabama. I'd rather have Joe Biden on my side than Nick Saban. Nick Saban is evil. He's evil. Right? All these other big name football coaches. Auburn University just hired a new guy. Evil. Mississippi State, their football coach is actually in the hospital right now. Critical condition. I wish him well as a human being. But as a football coach, he's evil. How does a society like this, a modern society, well removed from the barbaric days of the Colosseum and those gladiator battles, how do we have the decency to allow this, the indecency to allow for this replication that is American football? It's sick. The people who think it's just okay. We got a family friend who has a podcast. In the fall, every week's podcast, all about football. That's all you got? That's all you got? Well, he's got more than that, more content than that. So what the heck are we doing? And I have the guts to call everybody out for it. My friend called out. My friend's parents called out. My family friend called out. My family friend's son, my other friend, I'm friends with him, been friends with him since 3rd grade, called out. My own parents called out. I'm calling y'all out. Stop being soft. Stop going along with everything you know of. Don't be afraid to change some things up. Be something great. Don't rely on these freaking sports. You don't want to watch them or follow them in your free time, you ain't got nothing else to do, fine. That's fine. Y'all know I like baseball. But you should never be yelling or hollering over some sports stuff. You should never be overspending. Shouldn't be trying to live. You see this a lot. I see it a lot of times when I'm umpiring a baseball game. I can just tell. Adults shouldn't be trying to live out their failed sports glory through their kids. Let your kids be kids. Let them grow up. Let them see what all there is out there for them. That's something I'm grateful my parents did. They never tried to force me one way or another. Whenever I wanted to try, if it was good, yeah, sure, let's give it a shot. And they don't ever get too up in arms about it. Because they know it's just a sport. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. You take away all sports, and the world spins around just fine. It's a distraction. You ever read that book, 1984, by George Orwell? The government tries to take over everything. And what do they tell all the people? Oh, go check out these sports. Watch these sports. That's fun, right? So that everybody's not looking as they go twist everything around and make it to where they have the power over you and everything you have. It's kind of the analogy with the frog. If you got a pot of boiling water and you put a frog in, frog will jump out. So, ooh, this is too hot. It's boiling water. You take some lukewarm water, put the frog in, turn the temperature up. By the time the frog realizes, ooh, this is boiling water, it's too late. He's cooking to death. How long is it going to be before we realize that the water is boiling and we try to find a way to get out? Because the temperature's turning up. And this is not a good kind of turn up. This is the kind that could ruin us, that could decimate our culture, that could haunt us in every generation from here on out. If we don't start opening our eyes up, or if they are open, turn them away from the TV, turn them away from the field or the court, turn it away from the plate of calories you don't need, and see what's really going on. And I know some of these things, particularly with some of the sports stuff, I'm guilty of in the past. Yep. That's what I'm trying to change. And that's something else. I got the guts to call people out for it. I also have the guts to admit I've done something wrong. When I've messed up, I got the guts to say I did it. I did it wrong. I did something wrong. A lot of guys don't have that. They're not real men. There are a lot of boys in this country. Or males. Not too many men. Where are all the men at? I know they're out there. I know they're out there. They gotta be. Wherever you're at, come out of the woodworks. We need you. We need you now. Say all these things that people are being brainwashed into believing. That it's okay to choose your gender. That's okay. That it's okay to obsess over sports and athletes who don't even know you exist. And that's an okay way to spend your time. That it's okay to value athletics over academics. And that's okay. And parents, coaches, and young people all being brainwashed by each other. That's why if you try to call them out on these things, they get all defensive. Either number one, they know you're telling the truth, or number two, they're too dumb to know the truth because their brains have been so messed up. And football's the biggest example. Why? You know why? All that hitting. The hitting messes up their heads. Concussions, brain injuries, aneurysms, all sorts of stuff. And their brains get messed up over time. And then they're easy to brainwash. American football is mental abuse. It's used to brainwash. Even former NFL stars, Troy Aikman, Adrian Peterson, there's a couple others I can't think of off the top of my head, have said that they would not go back. If they had it all to do over again, they would not play football, and their kids are not going to play football. They're not going to let their kid play football. And football's not the only sport that's... Football needs to go away altogether, but as far as scholastic sports, all the other sports are issues too. And the NCAA is evil. And so is this divine intervention. Where are those people who are ready to say this brainwashing has to stop? We got to open up our eyes. This stuff is not okay. We can't just believe everything we're told. We got to start thinking and speaking for ourselves, telling the truth. I know they're out there. Problem is, a lot of them know the consequence. If they speak up, they're gonna lose their job, which is ridiculous. But let me tell you this. Let's go back to the civil rights movement. All sorts of people there who got hurt and were jailed, some of them even killed, because they spoke up, because they stood up for what was right. Even Martin Luther King Jr. said about getting to the promised land, I may not be there with you, but they'll still get to the promised land. And some of us, that's the attitude we gotta have. We want to restore a nation that's respectable, restore a world that's respectable, where we don't waste time on bull crap, where we're doing what's right, not what's popular, where we don't fear differences, we welcome them. We think for ourselves. We're not little sheep. We want to do that. Some of us won't get there. But what if those of us here today can fight and bleed the blood that lubricates the change so that our future generations, that our prosperity, that our kids and our grandkids will have a better world? Who, listen to this, is selfless enough to come along? Who's selfless enough to say, I may not get to see this earth's best days, but if I fight, if I do what I gotta do, if I stand up for what's right, somebody will. And it's gotta be a lot of us. Abu Dali, I watch your YouTube channel. Those of you who may be watching this aren't familiar with him, I highly, highly, highly recommend his channel. Abood, all caps, Aboud. Abood. Lot of good content. I'd recommend his content more than I'd recommend my own. If I remember, I'll try to leave a link in the description to his channel so that you can get there easily. But he's a guy who's made the same invitation to people. And Abood, I'll tell you, I'm coming on board. And this isn't going to be a quick process either. This isn't something we do, in a day. We got to get a bunch of people. I think at some point we can get that. Who knows? The Divine Intervention may have this video taken off YouTube for community guideline violation. It won't let me win. It won't let me advance and prosper. It's going to make me watch everybody else who doesn't deserve the success get the success. It's going to make me sit back and watch. High school sports made me sit back and watch. Even the 1 year I actually made the team, it made me sit back and watch. I'm sick and tired of it. There's not a lot I can do. And that's why I'm willing to sacrifice myself. If restoring a world of intelligence, of common sense, means death, I'll come along. That way the Divine Intervention can't bully me anymore. No way I could kill myself. I may have thought about it in the past, but no way I could. No way. that'd just be dying in vain. When I die, I want it to be for a purpose. Maybe I'll be in the history books. This guy fought and he died. This guy did this heroic act and he was killed in the line of duty. I got some friends who are in the armed forces. I got my best friend in middle school. Name is Xavier. Xavier died. He's in the Army. If you're watching this, you're doing a great thing. I know you're one of those intelligent guys who deserves to be able to go to college and get your education debt-free. And I'm glad you're going to get it through the Army. I got another friend named Nicholas Nason, in the Air Force. If you're watching this, you're doing a great thing too. Keep it up. I know you're waiting for your time to be up. But while you're there, remember, you're not doing this in vain. This is a purpose. You're doing a very good thing. Both of you are. You may think, oh, me, I've got it great. Sitting here at home, on a couch. You experience some things physically. And I experience some more stuff mentally sometimes. Not as bad as some other people. No. I haven't had too much trauma in my life. And I'm grateful for it. I'm not going to try to act like I have, because I haven't. Instead, I'll be grateful. I've never been shot at. I've never been abused or raped or so that nobody's ever tried to kill me except for the divine intervention. Something has to give at some point. That's a very broad statement, because I don't know what that thing to give would be, or even in what context. My life's had a lot of ups and downs, and there'll be more. Cross door just opened, my bad. Startled me a little bit. But, things do not go my way a lot of times. I like to think, oh, one day it'll all pay off. I hope. I have no idea. None whatsoever. I don't even know what that would look like. Will I become president of the United States and be able to fix everything? I hope. A lot of people may not like it, but they need it. I do want to run for president one day. I think I'd be very good. Maybe that victory would also be the defeat of this divine intervention that's over me. Be great. So I want you to remember my name, Samuel Barrett. I want you to look for it on ballots. I don't even know if all this is going to make sense to a lot of you. Probably not. But no one cares. I wish I could say that wasn't the case. 3 kinds of friends in this world. There's your leaves on a tree. All these are comparable to a tree. Got the leaves. Whichever way the wind blows, that's where they go. If the wind's stiff enough, it'll blow them off the tree. The branch, you gotta be careful with these. They're the ones who are gonna make you think that they're a root, that they're a real good friend. But as soon as you really need them, they'll crack. You step on, done. But you find you a root, Those are the ones you gotta grab onto. They ain't going nowhere. They're always gonna be there for you. And if you're a root, if you're one of those roots, be prepared to be disappointed, because you're in the far, far minority of people on this earth. I know it because I am. I'm one of those people. I'll always be there. Most people are going to be the leaves of the branches. If you happen to find one of those roots, you better cling to them. You let them go, you probably won't find another one. But most people, vast majority of people, are going to be those leaves and branches. They don't care about you. And they won't. Maybe they can grow and become something better. It's possible. But before you assign them to the next level, you better make dang sure that they're there. Do a little test. Call them up somewhere. Say your car broke down, even though your car's fine. See if they still come get you. Hey, I need a ride to work all 5 days next week. See if they give it to you. If they don't, there's your answer. They don't care. Your life success is dependent on you and you alone. No one else is going to go get it for you. They don't care enough about you. Guys, I really wish that wasn't the case. I really wish I could say there are people here to help you. But they're just not. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to have to tell you that. So, maybe watch and say, hey, is Sam okay? Is he doing all right? Yes and no. Maybe this will give you a lot of insight into how my mind works. Almost to an extent to where you can't understand it. Maybe some of you will care enough that you want to understand, so that maybe you can help me out. But I doubt anybody watching this cares that much. If you don't have this divine intervention over you, like my best friend, like some other people I know, be grateful. Don't try to talk about this like you know something about it. You don't. You don't. You're going to sound stupid. It's going to be very insulting to the people who do have it. Like me, and Abu Dali, a lot of other people. But be grateful. And if you can actually help the other people, if you can be a root to them, then do it. But if you can't, just shut up and stay out of the way. Maybe y'all can take something from this. It's been a long video, but maybe you'll watch the whole thing. Maybe you've watched all the way to this point. So, if you have, I thank you for watching. There's some good things in my life. I'm grateful for them. In some respects, things are going to be alright. Maybe I'll just end it there on a positive note. Something's got to give. Something's got to be alright. Thanks for watching, and I'm sure I'll talk to y'all next time.